Welcome to the Wellness and Wahala podcast. This is a podcast for wellness and Wahala warriors who are a winner, world changer, wise, and winsome. They are dedicated to tackling Wahala, which means issues and problems in Nigerian pidgin for the good of humanity. Our tribe of subject matter experts in our village are a voice to the voiceless. Like you know, the African proverb, it says it takes a village. So we have a tribe of supporters that we will be interviewing on our show. Oya, join me, the former diplomat and public health advisor, Dr. Tomi Ademoku, better known as Aloba, as I give you the best public health and wellness and Wahala gist with wonderful people and guests, my VIPs, using their compassion to take action to put us on a pathway to a Wahala-free life. Bless up. Hi everyone, it's your girl, Dr. Tomi, better known as Aloba. Thanks for tuning in to this new episode of Wellness and Wahala podcast. You all, I am quite sad. I don't know if you have been on social media, but if you are, you have definitely seen the hashtag Rest in Peace Mohbad, Justice for Mohbad. And today I will be talking about that and how we all can play a part in raising our voice to demand justice and a thorough investigation into the death of this young, talented Afrobeat artist called Mohbad. That's his Afrobeat, of course, stage name. But his Yoruba name, he has a very beautiful name. It's called IleriOluwa Oladimeji Aloba. And, IleriOluwa means promise, the promise of God. And then he also has a nickname, Imole, which means light. And he was truly a light to his generation. If you listen to a lot of his songs, many people even knew his songs, but probably didn't even know him. I didn't know him personally, but of course, I'm someone that always advocates for justice, and I try to be a voice to the voiceless, and we all owe it to him that are alive, that have faced any type of oppression or injustice. If this was your brother, if this is your son, y'all, this is how we be our brother's keeper. So we have to demand justice. I know that there's petitions out right now. Thank you for everybody and celebrities and people that have been speaking up. They've put together a 13-man investigation team, the Nigerian government and police force, and they are trying to get his body resumed so they can do an autopsy. But they need to do a thorough investigation on his former music group, who he left, I believe last year, started his own record. And I'll just start off by telling you guys his profile, his biography of who he is, because many people still don't know. They've been using the hashtag and being on social media, but you really should go deep into who he is and why all of this is just shocking for him to be killed like this and just buried anyhow and not even given a proper burial. It's just very sad. So once again, this podcast today is about justice for Mohbad, a famous Afrobeat artist, very young. He was born on the 8th of June, 1996. He died on the 12th of September, just a few days ago. His Yoruba name is IleriOluwa. It means the promise of God. Oladimeji Aloba, very beautiful name, promise. And when translated to English, his other nickname is Imole, which means light. He's known professionally as Mohbad, a Nigerian Afrobeat rapper, singer from Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos is like the commercial capital, the biggest state in Nigeria. It's like that. It's like the New York of Africa and Nigeria. Nigeria being the giant of Africa, the most populated nation in Africa, 200 million people. We the best when it comes to Afrobeat, when it comes to Nollywood movies, when it comes to fashion, not us. You understand? So he was formerly signed to Naira Marley's Marley and Records, and he left the label in 2022. He was best known for his hit single Bama Feel Good and KPK. Now, he left that Marley Records, and I'm going to go back later and dig deep into that and why there needs to be a deep investigation on that entire record company, because they're owing him royalties, I believe. And, he made a police in June, which was also his birthday, and when he dropped his last EP album on his own label, he demanded for the police, to give him protection, and that, he was threatened by Naira Marley and his former Marleyan Records. This other guy named Sam Larry, who's known by Logan, Naira Marley. His real name, last name is Fashola, and if you remember, the former governor of Lagos was Fashola, so I don't know if they're connected, but they said that, these guys are very dangerous guys and touts supposedly into drugs, human trafficking, a lot of political human sacrifices, and just killings. It's just very, very sad that with these serious allegations, and they have been caught before with EFCC and other investigations, they have went scot-free. I believe the head of the record label, both of them have fled Nigeria. They're not in Nigeria, so I'm calling on diaspora community to, ask them to speak up, and that's what I'm speaking up and will petition here. They should not come to the U.S., but they come to any of the diaspora communities. We should demand for them to be deported and go back and face the investigation. If they don't have anything to hide, let them go back to Nigeria and face this investigation. So once again, IleriOluwa Oladimeji, known as Mohbad, is a famous Afrobeat artist. He formerly signed to the Marley Records, and he left them in 2022. He also is known as Imoled, which is light. He died just a few days ago, just 27 years old, very, very young, y'all. He's been out since 2019. On YouTube alone, he has over 18 million views, 25,000 subscribers. He had millions of subscribers on Instagram. And he was born early in 1996. As I said, he's 27. He was born in Ketu, Lagos State, Nigeria. Mohbad released his debut album Light in the fourth quarter of 2020. So, that was around the pandemic, as a follow-up to his viral song Boma, which featured Naira Marley and Little Cash, his former record label, who's still owing him a lot of his royalties. Mohbad was nominated for 5 times for the Beats Award in 2021. Mohbad was listed on Audio Mag. He's on Spotify and all the music channels and YouTube. His first EP album was called Blessed. If you listen to his music, I love his music. He mentions God a lot. He even called out for help in a lot of his music. Now that I'm going back to listen to it, that people are after his life, but God is protecting him, and just speaking out on the guys that have been harassing him, and people that are close to him said that he was very depressed. He has suicidal thoughts, but nobody really got him the true help. Even us in the diaspora, how come those didn't advise for him? Okay, leave Nigeria. You can file for amnesty for protection, because these people are deadly that are after you. But we'll talk more about that later. His first EP, just going through his wonderful profile, he accomplished a lot for 27. He has a wife and he has a son. People are demanding for the DNA of the son because they said that the wife supposedly cheated on him. I don't know, but even for her to, get a lot of his property and his inheritance and make sure that her son is taken care of, she should do the right thing and get his DNA. I mean, if that's his child, there's nothing to be worried about. So his first EP was called Blessed. After leaving the Marley Records, he released that in June. His most latest EP, not his first one, but his this recent one that he released in June of 2023 this year. A few months ago, he did it under his own label. It's called Imolization. So when he left the Marley Records, and it's 8 songs on there, and it features Nigerian artists like Zlatan and Bella, and producers like Nipsey and Timmy J. The album charted at number 1 on Apple Music in Nigeria the week it was released. And of course now, even after he's dead, his music is trending. Then he had another EP called Light EP Mobad, which he issued in 2019, and that's when he was with his former Marley Records. He had 8 songs on that EP. He even had people like Davido, who was, so huge that most people know around the world, Afrobeat star. So, I also heard that Davido donated some money to his family, which I would say big kudos to him. But if they can also petition to make sure, that end demand for justice would be great. So when he was alive, he had strong allegations against Naira Marley and Sam Larry. So let's dig into this. After 2 years, he announced his departure from Marley Records. On 5th of October 2022, Mohbad accused his manager, singer Naira Marley, of assault and stated that his former bosses ordered people to beat him up after he announced his intention to employ a different manager to handle his music and his business affair. Because he, obviously was being cheated. There's videos, there's pictures of him with different wounds, bleeding. So, all of this is backed up by evidence, which I hope that they will go into this. After Mohbad's death, it was reported that he had filed a police report in June 2023 alleging that Samsudeen Balogun, who was the music producer nicknamed Sam Larry and a known associate of Marley's, had assaulted him and destroyed some of his property. In the report, Mohbad said that Sam Larry had interrupted a video shoot leading a group of 15 armed men with firearms and cutlass who claimed to work for the monarch, the Oba of Elegushi, but the Oba has come out and said that he's not associated with Sam Larry and he's demanding justice for Mohbad. So we go see. Police later said Mohbad had not attended a subsequent meeting to address the allegations, which is, he's the one. Why we attend a meeting? They supposed to go back to him. If he filed a police report, they supposed to do an investigation and then come and give him the outcome of his investigation. Why should he be begging them to go into a meeting? So even you already see that the police covering up, because that don't make sense. And that Balogun, Sam Larry, and others accused like Naira Marley, his name is Fashola, his last name, his surname, so I'll get into his details later, accused of assault, had then filed a defamation complaint. Elegushi released a statement distancing himself from Balogun and expressing condolence for Mohbad's death. Mohbad has his wife, Wunmi, and 1 son. He died on the 12th of September 2023, and they're saying because of an ear infection. I don't know anybody that has died of an ear infection, especially now that the age is 27, and that don't make no sense. Being a public health professional and being in the medical field, no, that don't make no sense. And police have said that they're going to investigate into the singer death, and I really hope that they investigate and they do a full, thorough investigation. We just demand for justice. It's just really, really sad. Naira Marley, he be small boy too. He grew up in London and Nigeria. His real name is Aziz Adeshina Fashola, born the 10th of May, 1991. He's a British Nigerian Afrobeat singer. He's the president of the Marleyan record company that Mohbad was a part of. If you guys know one of the famous well-known governors of Lagos, his name is Fashola. So I don't know if they're related, but I heard that this guy has a lot of political ties hence why, I can understand why Mohbad will be scared for his life, because even the government, he filed a police report in June and nothing happened. And then now he's murdered in September, and they hurried up and buried him without having a proper burial. It's just sad, y'all. Didn't do no autopsy or nothing. So why the cover up? And even just the parents, why didn't they demand for autopsy? Why didn't they demand for more investigation? It's now that there's a lot of online petitions, people have been speaking up. There's been protests that has put pressure on the government. So big just kudos to everybody that has, risked their lives and just been a voice to him that has been silenced, and just went out to protest across various states in Nigeria, from Kogi to Lagos to Ekiti to Edo states. That's my mom's home state, to, of course, my dad's Lagosian, to, everywhere. Like, baby, from Anambra, everywhere, everybody has been protesting. So big kudos, and those that have been online, us in the diaspora, we need to also protest. As I said, I'm going to put a petition. I'm going to tag everybody from the United Nations to the State Department to Astle Rock Villa. Right now, they're strategically here in the U.S. So yes, this is my territory. Being Nigerian American and a former diplomat, I'm going to, address a petition to the UN members, all the UN states, United Nations states, because President Tinubu and his crew, they're here for the UN General Assembly in America, in New York. So the Nigerian ambassador here, the CGs, the consulate in New York, the embassy, writing a petition that we demand justice. What are they doing? Let them put out a statement that, they support a thorough investigation. I remember I made a petition during the time of NSARS, and I tagged State Department and other federal agencies in the State Department. The Secretary of State then tweeted and replied to my petition, and others people petitioning, and demanded for justice in regards to NSARS 2 and the youths that were killed. Unfortunately, we know how that ended, and justice was not really served all the way, but people protested, they exercised their right to vote, and unfortunately some youths, that were unarmed, got killed, got shot at a protest. So I'm really praying, that things will continue to be peaceful, even in some states. I think in Oyo State or Ekiti, I'm not sure which one, but they say even the governor went out along with the youths, and he walked the streets with them protesting. So big kudos to him too. I hope more politicians, you guys are public servants, will come out and speak against just the unfortunate death of Mohbad. I really love his music. I love his talent. He grew up very poor by his dad and his stepmom. His real mom left him. But, when he made it in the music industry, he took care of her. I believe they said bought her a house in Lekki, a nice part of Lagos. And, I just don't know why they didn't fight more for him. So people that have good parents, I shout out to my mom, my dad, he's in heaven. He died 10 years ago, but I've had a lot of great father figures, spiritual fathers. Shout out to them, from Pastor Bayesha to Apostle Yemi Adefaransi. Is very good to be surrounded by love. My mom, she's half Bini, half Yoruba, half Edo, half Yoruba, and also we have family members that are from Anambra, from Onitsha. So Uncle Emeka and Grandma Azim's side, her Edo side, Amu, Okokabiogo, Giwamu family side, her Yoruba side, Delano Taylor family, and also my dad, Ademokun family. So, this is really just close to my heart. And I just want us here in the diaspora to just join hands and raise our voice to demand justice for Mohbad and let him rest in power. Obviously, he's a great light because his spirit is not sleeping. People are rising up. And I just wanted to leave you guys, with a quote, an African proverb of the week, that peace is costly, but it is worth the expense. Once again, peace is costly, but it's worth the expense. So it is important for us, to demand, peaceful justice, peaceful protest, peaceful advocacy. It might be costly, but it's worth it. There's another African quote that says, if you're afraid to speak out against tyranny and injustice, you are still a slave. So a lot of people, are mentally still enslaved. So please speak up. And then I love another quote from Martin Luther King, Pastor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., that says, true peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. So thank you all for tuning in to this Wellness and Wahala podcast. Join me. I'm going to drop links. I'm going to start a petition here in the diaspora to petition all the way to the Nigerian president that is here for the UN General Assembly meeting. I'm also going to drop links to Mohbad, wonderful songs, IleriOluwa, promise, the promise of God, Oladimeji, rest in power, rest in peace. We got you. Sorry that, we let you down when you were alive and you were crying out for help. And many people that could have helped, especially in the music industry that is just a hot mess and just very evil, both in Nigeria but across the world. We really need to call for, I have a sister that's an Afrobeat. Shout out to her, TT Loki. She's one of my celebrity ambassadors for this podcast. There's not a lot of support for artists, especially female artists, but that's another story for another day. So let us continue to be a voice of voiceless, and thank you for advocating and joining with me to demand justice for Mohbad. Bless up. Is one of Mohbad's song is called "Acts About Me." That was on his last album. So one of my good songs that he sang, and I'll play others. Bless up, rest in power, Mohbad.
Ikú tó pààyà tíṣà ó lè pa àwọn nígbà kí ló fò lókè ẹyẹ ló fò lókè kí ló rìn lulẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn ló máa rìn lulẹ̀ má tẹ̀lé mọ́lẹ̀ owó má tẹ̀jú ilẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ kó má bàdàn balẹ̀ ìwọ ló mọ̀ fi kúnlẹ̀ fún wa fújà mẹ́ta gbòòsà olóòlù kọ̀ǹgbà fún mi lówó mi gbèsà kése kásá blanca àwọn kún bá fi ṣàtà àsìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rí síta mo pè ṣúdà mi mo kàn lẹ́sẹ̀ kan tó ta mọ́ lójijì kan. They don't know, I don't know. They want to, I do. Kill a papa, I bet I be more gay. I can't survive. I can't Casablanca, combat de chata, step on the set, je suis dans ton laisse pas, t'as mon reggae du corps.
Yes, so here's another one of his songs, Mobado, Rest in Power. It's called Peace, another great song. Shalom.
Waiting be this one like this. Been through many things, many gist. Oh, I still find my peace in order. Oh, what they do like say me, I know they see. Like say I know the year. Which kind person be this? Oh, waiting be this one like this. Been through many things, and I'm out of Genesis. I've been dealing with enemies. Survivor, me a nigga, money chaser, faster than a bullet, flying like a rocket, bad man we never rest, king of South and the West, faster than a car, never miss, faster than a benzo, you bullet so, bad vibes on the ground, feeling myself, I'm so vibrant.
Hey.
They won't say your name.
Yes, sir.
They want to know your teacher. Before you are my nigga, oh my nigga. You go there when I know that you know. Oh my nigga, oh my nigga. You go there when I know that I'm cause my mama be praying for me, say make I get it. Oh my baby, she you go there before my suru lady. Waiting be this one like this. Been through many things, many gist. I still find my peace. Oh, do like say me I know they see. Like say I know the year. Which kind person be this? Oh, waiting be this one like this. Been through many things, like I hate Genesis. I've been dealing with enemies. Survivor, me a nigga. Money chaser, faster than a bullet, flying like a rocket, bad man we never rest, king of South and the West, faster than a car, never miss, faster than a benzo, so, bad vibes on the ground, within myself, I'm so bad with car, I hit the mark, I'm dead to make. They won't say your name. They want to know your teacher before you have my nigga, oh my nigga. You go there when I know that ginger. Oh my nigga, she you go there when I know that rubber. Cause my mama be praying for me, say make I get it. Oh my baby, she you go there before my suru lady.
So this is another one of the songs that I like. It's called Sabi. This is off of his Blessed EP that he did recently. I believe that it got released in June this year, a few months ago.
No one is slicker. Money can work about those Sabi. Kó wá worry mi kan tó sàsí. Kí má ṣe yáwó lọ́wọ́ láti. Ọmọ yín kan wọ́n fẹ́ jọ́ kó dàbí o. Wọ́n ní kí wá bàbá tó sàbí o. Kó wá worry mi kan tó sàsí. Kí má ṣe yáwó lọ́wọ́ láti. Ọmọ yín kan wọ́n fẹ́ jọ́ kó dàbí o. Ọmọ ológo tó sàbí. Ọmọ gbéra tó wọ́n bomi sí ìbàdí. Ó wọ Yankee o Atlanta tààrọ̀. Ìyá bàbá Fẹlá ní kẹ́ẹ̀dá fún. Ọmọ ológo tó sàbí. Ọmọ gbéra tó wọ́n bomi sí ìbàdí. Ó wọ Yankee o Atlanta tààrọ̀. Ìyá bàbá Fẹlá ní kẹ́ẹ̀dá fún. Kilo doje, I'ma tell you me cut off from fear. Push it, see me she's shaking my purple. Open your meat, if you move for fear. You know I am you, everybody go love you. Money can walk back to Sabu. Go worry me cut to Sassy. Keep my share all of one let's see. Money come up at your coat. Money can walk back to Sabu. Go worry me cut to Sassy. Keep my share all of one let's see. Money come up at your coat. I'm a look at us, Sabi. I'm a better talk when we see Gary. Oh, I give you Atlanta, Peru. Papa Felani, take the phone. I'm a look at us, Sabi. I'm a better talk when we see Gary. Oh, I give you Atlanta, Peru. Papa Felani, take the phone. Kilo doje, I'm a giant, me cut off from fair. Push it, see me, she's checking my purple. Open your meat, if you move for fear. You know I am you, everybody go love you. That's all to me. For you have lifted me up. As Lord, let my fools to rejoice over me.
Timmy J on the track.
Right, y'all. I mean, he's just a bomb. Mobile, the rest in peace. Y'all, I'm going to leave y'all with this. The last song is called Pariwo by Mowad and Bella. So, yeah, Pariwo means in Yoruba, like, make noise. You understand? And I'm asking you to make noise. Use your voice to be a voice of him that has been silenced and now is voiceless because he's dead, to call for justice for him. And this song is called Pariwo.
Silence. Choose to give, we go touch them. Choose to give, regardless. I'm open-minded, no violence. Talk my own, no silence. Choose to give, we go touch them. Show some love, regardless. I just let you know. I just let you know. Don't step on my toes. Let me live for this show.